close to a woman who's extremely male identified or pick me is actually really dangerous. A couple years ago, I met this girl when I was at the club with one of my other friends. And she was like so nice, just super bubbly. You know, when a girl comes up to you, she's like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And then you're like, oh my God, you're so pretty too. And then, you know, like it starts like kind of a new friendship. Yeah. So we ended up hanging out a lot after that, back to back, usually going to the club or going to like night parties. And I quickly picked up that she was really like boy crazy.
Ladies, these type of girls are pick-me's. Let me tell you why, right? Their whole identity is around getting the male attention, the male gaze, right? Some girls will even change their personalities depending on the guy that they're trying to pursue or that they're dating, right? They will even throw you under the bus. They'll bring up embarrassing stories. They will just try to put you down so they can kind of be like the alpha woman of the group. So be aware and stay away from these girls. They are not your friends. And sometimes they'll even put you in dangerous situations where you could get S8, right? So be very careful, okay?
I didn't think I'd ever describe somebody as boy crazy like in my mid 20s, but yeah. And I want to say, like, there's nothing wrong with liking men. It is very embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. But I like the next fine black man like anybody else. But she was that person, like, she would always disappear. So I remember going out with her one night and she disappeared. I didn't know where she was. And she just popped back up with this guy. And she told me, like, oh, yeah, like, he's really cute. I really like him. He has a brother. And I was just like, okay, you know, like, whatever. When I go out to the club, it is never my objective to like meet a guy. You know what I mean? Like it's the club. But she always felt the need to like pressure me into finding a guy that I like or talking to guys when it was just never that deep for me.
So obviously, this girl doesn't bring any value to the friendship besides talking about boys, how to get boys, and how to entertain boys. And honestly, where I'm at in life right now, I never thought I would be saying this, but I want a girl that comes into my life and she has more to offer than just us gossiping about people or gossiping about men and our boyfriends or husbands, you know. You need to have more when you come to me, right? You need to be able to elevate me and I can elevate you, right? And how can we grow when we're just constantly gossiping about our male partners, right? Or trying to get a guy at the club, right? So it's just giving high school, college, like, now that we have more access to information, I just need someone to come to me with a little bit more substance. You feel me?
Anyways, the brothers come over and I was like, not really my type. I just wasn't attracted to him. But she was like, oh my God, like I really think that he's cute. Like I really like this brother. Like, will you just talk to his brother for me? So I said, I don't mind having conversation. It's cool. So me and the guy's brother chopped it up for a little bit. We had cool conversation, cool guy, I had nothing against him. Once it was time to go, she says, oh, he offered to drive us home. I'm like, okay. At this point, before y'all say it, I'm schmized. I'm drunk. Anyways, we're on our way to her house, and I noticed when we get there that they come upstairs with us. So I nudged her and I was like, what's going on? So she told me that she wanted to sleep with the guy that brought us home. Basically, this ended up being a 2-man mission. Y'all, when we get inside, she puts me in her room. I must have blacked out because I really don't even remember how that happened, but I woke up in her room with the guy.
Right there. You see how dangerous these girls are? Because they're so male centered, right? They will put you in a situation like this and potentially get you S8, right? Not saying that this girl she was trying to do that, but she's so focused on her needs and her wants that she neglects her friend and what her friend wants, right? It's just sad all around. Let's keep going.
And I just remember thinking like, okay, so if you know that you wanted to sleep with one of them, why didn't you go in your bedroom? Like you knew I wasn't interested in this guy. Why wouldn't you put me in the public living room with him? You know what I mean? Like, why would you put me in the bed? So I remember the next day when they left, I was just like, yo, what was that about? Luckily, the guy that was in the room with me was like really chill and he wasn't like weird or like forcing me to do anything. She was like, oh, I wouldn't have let him do anything to you. I wouldn't have let him grape you, and I'm glad that he didn't try anything. And it's like, girl, you wouldn't have been able to do anything. You were very busy. In that moment, all she cared about was herself and that guy.
I love that nowadays we talk about ways we can vet men and watch out for red flags as well when we're dating guys, right? But we also have to do the same thing for girls as well, right? We can't just allow a girl to come up to you and say, "Oh my God, you're so pretty," and then you become best friends. You don't get to know her. You don't know her strengths. You don't know her weaknesses. You don't know her addictions. You don't know if she's boy crazy, right? You don't know if she'll just leave you at a party, right? Get to know someone's past, right? Sit down and just get to know people for who they are, right? And see if you can trust yourself and your energy around that person so you don't end up in situations where you can be potentially SA, right? So, anyways, y'all, subscribe and like.